Hi, this is Kortan from YT Law Office Istanbul. Today I am here with Mehmet. Hi Mehmet.
Hello Mr. Kortan, how are you?
Very good. Well, today if you like we can talk about the rental increases and the eviction process briefly, by the way. Can you tell us how is the rental contracts differs and how is the increase rates?
Well, basically, according to Turkish law and regulation, there are two types of rental contracts. One of them being residential contracts, and the second one being commercial contracts.
Regarding the rental increase, are they the same or are they different from each other?
They differ from each other regarding how much increase is going to be made. For rental agreements, the government has set a new regulation which states the rental increase cannot exceed 25% each year.
Regardless of the inflation rate or the CPI?
Regardless of the inflation rate, even if, for an example, the regulation normally states that it should be 30%, due to this new regulation for residential agreements, it can only increase it cannot exceed 25%.
Okay, what about the commercial ones?
The commercial one, that 25% limit does not apply there. So
for the time being?
For the time being.
Okay.
So in commercial rental agreements, the increase is going to be determined according to regulation, which states the increase of the 12-month average of the consumer price index.
Okay, declared by the government.
Exactly, declared by the government.
Okay, understood. And what about the evictions? I know that the eviction paper, the document signed by the tenant, is binding for both parties. Can you give us some brief information about the eviction paper?
Of course. So eviction papers are basically papers which state the renter will evict the property at the set date. Basically, there's two types of eviction papers, the ones in written and notarized ones.
Okay, what are the differences?
So the notarized ones are signed before a notary.
Okay.
So the renter cannot object to the signature. They can't object to the date when it was signed. So it gives better protection compared to ones just simply written.
I see. I mean, and also the conditions of, I know there are some conditions for the eviction papers. And if you miss one of these conditions, it may become invalid. So what are these conditions?
Well, exactly. Just to give a brief summary of it, each eviction notice, they must be written. They must be written in hand. And the contract, the eviction paper must be signed after a certain amount of time passes from the rental agreement.
Mm-hmm.
The eviction notice, it shouldn't include any provision, so it must be unconditional. The eviction paper must state that the renter will evict the house unconditionally. And another important aspect is the eviction notice must be put in force in 1 month from the eviction date stated in the eviction paper.
If it does not, then it may become invalid, I guess.
Exactly. If the eviction paper is not set in motion, put in force in the necessary time, the owner of the property can't use that eviction paper against the renter. Basically,
you get the eviction paper for a limited period of time, and if you don't use it, then it may become invalid. So, I mean, both the tenant and landlord should be aware of it, right?
Exactly.
Thank you, Mehmet, for this useful brief information. And see you next time.
Thank you, Mr. Kortan.
Thank you. Bye-bye.